kick it over before it's anything.
What is up, guys? It is the Wild Adventures of Michael podcast. I am your host, as always, Michael. And you guys can see who I got with me. This is literally the original crew.
Oh, yeah.
AKA.
We're missing one. She's over here.
Tommy girl. Yeah, she's off camera. She asked, I want to be off camera.
Witness protection.
Anthony, again. Anyways, guys, what is up? Guess what we're going to talk about again? You know it. Delphi. It's not Wednesday. I let everybody know that I was going to be switching them to Tuesday, but we're doing it every other Tuesday. So next Tuesday, it's our little break. Hi. Hello. Do you know about Delphi?
I think we get into it. What's the episode title again?
This is Delphi. Is it a hoax? Episode 2.
Allegations. We know who did it.
By the way.
Oh, do we?
By the way, the person who I don't even know the name.
Before you keep going.
The person who said Delphi is a hoax, they failed to respond to us asking them.
They said that,
See, look at that.
They know what Delphi
awesome.
is.
All right. So maybe you can help us out. How does Garrett Kurtz sound? That name sound familiar? At least around that Delphi area. Maybe Lafayette, West Lafayette.
West side.
So for the past, 4 or 5 days, dude, I've just been doing homework on Delphi.
Yeah, he sounds like.
See, this is great. So I've been watching his, I don't know what the reporter. I call her the reporter. The phone interviews that he's been doing. So check this out. Everybody knows his story about. What?
You keep going.
Okay. We might have to do some editing.
Mogan sounds like down the hill.
Bingo. So you know who it is, which is great. But I want to tell you guys something. I got something. Let me get my little journal book here. It's actually not mine, but I can't remember a lot of stuff, so I gotta write it down. Well, I don't write it down. Are you kidding me? I can barely read my own handwriting. I have people write it down for me. But
you all famous.
So I've been listening and his phone interviews and reporters. Everybody knows that he killed his ex-girlfriend, or I don't know. I think it was like 4 other people. It was him, his new girlfriend, and I think 3 other people, maybe 2. I can't remember. So they killed her they were afraid she was going to tell that they were doing meth or that she did. At least that's what I was reading about. So I believe I got a possible motive for Garrett Kurtz here. So I'm just going to head on right into it, okay? So people say and they believe that Abby and Libby were murdered by not just one person, but possibly.
Which has been a group theory for a while.
Yeah.
I mean,
possibly
it's kind of
more
hard
than
to control 2 people by yourself. I mean, there's plenty of arguments that you can with a weapon, but there's no way of ruling weapon out, but there's also no way of saying that there was a weapon, and there's no way of ruling out multiple people as well.
Bingo. So, as we were saying, people, have been saying, just like Tristan said, maybe not one person, but maybe more than one person. So here's a possible motive. If Kurt and his new girlfriend would kill his ex over possibly snitching for doing meth, what if Abby and Libby saw him and a group of his friends also, actually, you know what? I'm just going to read this and then I'll venture off later. So, possibly snitching for doing meth. What if Abby and Libby saw him and a group of his friends doing drugs? The 2 girls quickly turned around and pretended that they didn't see anything and went ahead and headed up to the bridge, having fun, taking pictures. let's get serious for a second.
Oh boy.
So, what happens if BG Bridge Guy happened to be one of Kurt's friends, or possibly Kurt? What if he,
Or the accomplice.
accomplice? They're like, they just saw us. They're gonna tell. I mean, even if this happened way before, once a killer, always a killer, right? So sends somebody or accomplice up to where the girls, were headed up. And the bridge guy goes, follows them. They take pictures. They get creeped out, right? Catches up to them, says, hey, guys, down the hill, leads them into an ambush. Possibility. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just throw a huge curveball out there, right? I don't think it is him. Personally, I don't. But check this out. Do I think he knows possibly who did it?
Possibly.
You bet. You bet my ass I do. And I'll tell you why. I was watching, like I said, about past 4 days. Kyle Wyman.
Hey.
Hey. Wow, man. Hey, Kyle. So I heard about that. I did hear about that. But I want to tell you something. It's just like Ron, and I'm going to get to that again later. Okay. Did she do it again?
No, that's your,
Okay.
your binder.
All right.
You're fine.
Let's get that out of the way. So man, I just lost myself. Where was I at?
Were you talking about what you heard about?
So I heard about the 14-year-old with Kurt. Anyways, I was going back to some of the interviews that I was listening to, and there was a few things that he said to me, or not to me, but to the reporter, that kind of caught my attention. One of them was, I guess detectives have already talked to him that he was a possibility for this. So they were talking to him about like where he was on the 13th and 14th. And he replied to them that he said, I don't know. I've been high since then. But on that phone, the interview that he had with that reporter, or whoever that female lady was, he said twice. At first, one day he told her that they asked him several questions and he failed a polygraph. But he told the lady that he was not going to tell her what it was because it was an ongoing investigation. The next day, she's talking to him again, and she says, well, it's kind of odd to me. It doesn't make sense. And then, you could tell he kind of got a little frustrated. But he also said, okay, they asked me several questions. Did I kill the girls? I said no. Did I possibly know who did kill the girls? I said no. Have you ever wished to kill somebody? He said no. And he said that was a question that they failed him on. Also, a detective said that we pinged your phone and your phone pinged in Delphi the day of these murders. Now, he said, let's go back. He said to this girl on the phone, 13th and 14th. I can't tell you where I was the 13th and 14th. I've been high since then. But he tells this girl, after the detective said, well, your location pinged, and he said, well, they're full of shit because I know I wasn't in Delphi the 13th to 14th, the day of these murders. But like I said, when he went back, he tells this girl he told the investigators, I don't know, I've been high since then. So right there already, that doesn't look good. Doesn't look good on him. Okay? So there was another thing. I'm trying to think.
Well, you're talking about how the cousin, or a cousin of this person, said that Kurt was in his room for that week. Where does this guy live? Where does Kurt live? Do we know?
No, that's a good question.
So I can be in my room for a week, but I can go out and go kill someone before someone knows. Not that I have.
So
Got a point.
very suspicious. And now I'm going to start venturing off. Now I'm going to go let's hit up Ron, okay? So Ron and Kurt, I don't know how they know each other, but I guess he's rode horses there. He knows the railroad bridge. Yeah, me and my buddies used to get fucked up. We were drunk. We used to run across the bridge. We knew we could die, but we did it all the time. Wait, we drove cars. It's super tight. Those are his exact words. All right. He knows the place. It's a party place.
Kurt
Okay.
worked for Ron. Huh.
So,
Did you know this?
right off, I did not know that Kurt worked for Ron.
Let's not take that for sure. We'll have to find some
I know somehow they were close.
Something
So-
like that.
Yeah.
The day of the murders, and the detectives, police went to Ron's, was questioning him. One of the detectives, according to Kurt, said that they thought Ron did it. His property. Well, Kurt, on the interview, says technically that's not Ron's property. Where the bodies were found, they were a little bit found down a little. I think he said, what did he say? Elizabeth, what did he say? Or Liz? My bad, I'm gonna get you for that. What did he say? A hill? I don't know if he said hill or there was a little dip. He said there was a little dip, and technically that's not Ron's property. That's what Kurt said on one of the interviews.
I thought he was.
I don't know for sure. They say it's Ron's property. I say it's Ron's. See, boom. She says it's Ron's property. So Ron, right off the bat, there was another phone call interview, and he was mad because he's like, well, they thought it was me right off the bat. They sat there and arrested me when they found out I went to the dump that day. Instead of, this is what Ron said. When they found out I went to the dump that day, they were arresting me. I'm going to jail. They should have focused on trying to find out who murdered these girls instead of worrying about me going to jail because he drove to the dump. Possible motive. Check this out. Kurt does it. Ron takes him home on the way to the dump. All right. Killer's gone. I mean, he has a place to stay. Ron's going to protect him.
For how long?
That's true. How long?
I wouldn't take a murder charge for anybody.
Well, I'll tell you what. I guess Ron does. But,
Weird.
oh, man, this whole thing. This whole thing. How is Ron? Does anybody know how Ron's doing, by the way? Does he still live there? I might knock on his door. Show me the location. Actually, I think
That's beacon that crap.
Beacon.
I believe in one of my videos,
Point of
which is not
interest.
released yet. I think I was in the general location on Ron's property, except I took the actual bridge. I walked across it, cut through somebody. I cut through several people's properties. Okay, so Ron does still live there. I cut through several people's properties. If anybody's watching this and that's your property, I apologize for trespassing. I did not damage it. All right, I promise. I do tell you, I did go through your little Deer Creek thing, and I tell you what, Jake about went gone. Seriously, I had to catch him.
Bye-bye, Felicia.
He about dropped my Sony camera, dude. He about took him away. So Ron is good friends with Kurt's father. Okay. So everybody, like I said earlier, everybody knows about Kurt and his torture murder. It is a possibility, very possibility. And now I'm going to kind of switch. I have something. Hopefully my phone didn't die. I'm going to show you guys something. The Indiana police, I can't remember his name, but he's also made this very clear. Both sketches, are supposed to be kind of like something that the killer might look like. Maybe put them together. I might catch crap for this, but whatever. You sent that through Facebook, right? I'm going to show you guys a sketch or of a photo. I'm not saying anything. I just wanted to show you guys, see what you guys think about it. Woo! Sorry. Was it through you? Yeah, it was through you, not your mom, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'm gonna show you guys a photo. Okay, this apparently there's a group chat. What is that called? Is it called Down the Hill? The group chat or?
Yeah.
I think it's.
I'm on it.
I'm pretty sure it's around people around Delphi,
Do you want me to show you?
and some girl, which is already crossed. Somebody already crossed it out. Said her brother is very dangerous. He's a very dangerous person. I just want to show you guys what he looks like. Now, everybody always grabs pictures online and says, "Oh, that sketch looks like him." I'm not saying this guy's it, but maybe you guys actually know who this person is. Hopefully, you guys probably can't see it. What's the name of this so I can tell him?
Get it in focus.
It is called.
There we go.
Delphi.
Yeah, buddy.
Down the hill, inside Delphi mystery.
So check that out.
The unsolved Delphi murder.
A girl posted this and said her brother is a very dangerous person. And apparently he was there the day the murders happened at the park. She said park. I don't know.
But who are we trusting here?
Yeah.
I'm not saying
Yeah.
I would.
anybody know it. Anybody know it?
Not you too, probably.
Apparently, that guy lives in Ohio.
This guy lives in Ohio?
Oh shoot.
How did you find that out?
Yeah, how'd you find that out?
I'm on the group.
Oh, this guy lives in Ohio? Oh, great. Another
Yeah, I don't believe
Another
that.
trick.
another
Listen,
another Michael Catt blaming an Ohio person again.
yeah, I don't think that's just has anything to do with it.
I don't think he is. Apparently somebody said he's from Ohio. I don't think he is from Delphi. I just wanted to show you guys
would you?
that some girl said her brother is very dangerous
No.
and he looked like the second
Just
sketch.
to murder someone? No.
But
So,
to keep in mind,
Just plotted, maybe.
so here's my question.
they said the sketches are supposed to kind of
We gotta
look
get out
like the
of
person.
I know, right?
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on.
Hey, hello.
Oh, just like that.
What's up? I'm so happy everybody's like jumped right on this and just started commenting. I appreciate that. And another thing I forgot to tell you, anybody who's recently subscribed to our channel, thank you so much. We appreciate it. People who's watched the video, liked the video, even people who doesn't like it. Thank you. I still appreciate it.
These
And-
are cool.
He was always good. Yeah.
And I love how everybody has all these crazy, or not just crazy, but crazy ideas of
Well, everybody's
Who
got a
did-
different opinion.
who did it. I mean, heck, you guys might have solved it. Just you never know. But so let's go back. Oh, that's your sister. Man, we're getting all kinds of things.
Why would you be typing if you're going to talk to them?
Yeah.
That's the best part. So everybody knows Kurt worked for Ron. I want to know anybody else's opinion. Anybody who's watching, maybe around that area. Who do you think did it?
But we had a guy comment, and he basically labeled every single person in Delphi.
That's true, and we talked about that.
yeah, I'm the one that saw that too.
She's down the hall. Okay, that sounded so. Enough of the. Sorry, I've been ever since we knew about Delphi, the whole down the hill, down. Yeah, dude. Anyways, so yeah, like Tristan said, there was a guy that literally listed everybody, almost everybody in the
So
town.
let me ask, is that Lynn? No,
Lynn G.
Who's making the money? Who, if you don't mind telling us,
What are you doing?
who's making the money? That's what I want to know.
The mayor. The voice is Ron.
Lots of POIs. Don't know them. Okay.
So I do know that FBI is also involved, and I also
Something
read an
like
article,
that, though.
Homeland Security. I don't know. All I know is I know this is I'm gonna be straight up with you. She has the picture and the small video clip of that guy on the bridge for a reason. To me, he's a little bit older guy, but that to me is one of the biggest clues. But here's the thing. We don't get enough of him to be able to move forward. Like the police think they're like, that's enough. You know how he walks. I want to question that. Like Trish said, that bridge is gapped. He is walking, and if you tell, he's also watching where he's walking. So he's not actually walking normal. He's walking as
Well, no one can because
Exactly.
we walked it, and I'm comfortable with that kind of stuff. But there was, I mean, if it would have been uniform, it'd been fine. But there were spots where the gaps were twice as big as the other gaps. There were ones that are big enough that I would have went straight through, no problem.
so.
It's a weird bridge.
So I can't say I can figure out who that guy is just because how he's walking. To me, I can't because he's on that bridge. Everybody who's been around that bridge, they know how it's gapped. But she captured him for a reason.
And when we were out there, let's go and get this out of the way. We went during a pretty busy time for like hiking and parks. We ran into nobody on the trail. And I don't know what kind of like it goes on there, but no one was there.
Nope.
And I would think that there shouldn't be more than, I mean, there's a chance, but, and you've been there how many times? How many times have you been there? 8 times or so. And how many times have people actually been there that you've come in contact with on the trail? Once or twice?
Once.
1 out of 8, and we go during pretty busy seasons. I mean, we did fall, spring, summer. We didn't go during winter. I mean, there was snow on it was ice. So it was like late fall.
The hammer.
Freaking claw hammers.
Freaking hammer, man.
It's claw hammers.
But we're all gonna go. Definitely video. I love our very first video. Loved it.
We'll return. Okay, let's go ahead and talk. We got the mayor brought up.
Yeah.
I don't know much about the mayor, but I couldn't see the mayor being the person that would kill them, and I can't see anybody in that area not recognizing the mayor from the video. Now, the mayor does have money, and the mayor has influence, so I could see him hiring someone else or getting someone else to do it for him.
That's a good idea.
But I don't know. Not when you're in a political position. I wouldn't think so. You'd have to be pretty deranged.
Especially if he's a mayor. Most mayors don't want to lose their spot anyways. So a lot of people, another thing when I was talking about Ron earlier, about maybe he took Kurt home if, let's say, Kurt did it or his group of friends. It doesn't look good on Kurt. Hey, you lied a couple times on an interview, and I caught it. Caught it.
So what? He killed
Ron?
someone if he did.
Ron, yeah, he already killed someone. It don't matter to
He's
him.
killed someone. I think he could lie to someone's face. He's already
So-
killed somebody.
And lawyered up fat. Dang. So he's like, I'm getting a lawyer.
Well, I can't blame the mayor. I mean, I think anybody would. I mean, think about the situation now. Political advantages are being taken over no matter what's going on. This coronavirus, we've got political stuff going on. A murder, think what they're going to get out of that in some small town like Delphi.
They got FBI. They got big guys now looking.
Yeah, big dogs.
So
I'd lawyer up too. Just in case anybody tries to blaspheme me and get me out of office.
If, let's say, Ron and Kurt didn't do it, their resume sure in the hell don't look good on them.
Oh, heck no.
But, like, I'm going back. Kurt, from everybody knows this, who knows Kurt and what he's done. I guess he has stacks of crap. So if he didn't do the murder, was he one of the people accomplice, or does he know somebody who did the murder? All I know is the police still believe he's still in Delphi, but I've seen an old video of the sheriff that said nobody should worry. Once the girls are, killed, somebody asked him, should anybody in Delphi be worried? He said no. But you got the state police over here saying, I still believe he's in Delphi. I mean, I'd be worried. I mean, especially if I was a family. Yeah, it's 2 girls walking on the bridge or the trail itself because it goes out of Delphi. So really, it's an easy spot for something like that to happen. Just like Tristan said, every time we go, there's barely anybody there.
Just
I mean,
quiet.
Well, it's quiet in the woods, but it's not on where people are at. That road noise.
Is it active?
No, that road noise from 25.
that's a barrier.
I'm telling you, you couldn't hear a word we were saying until we got into the woods, and you couldn't hear a word outside of the woods while we were in the woods. That's all I gotta say is we came across this spot where we were crossing the first bridge. What was that first bridge called? The blue one, the one that goes over 25.
Oh, I can't remember. We're not from. Everybody knows we're not from
well,
Delphi.
we're from north of Delphi. We've been there a couple times,
But yeah,
but that bridge, we couldn't even talk to each other. It was inaudible. There's so much traffic noise. And then as soon as we went past the probably 50, 70 foot in of the woods, I'd say we started only hearing ourselves and we couldn't hear anything outside. And I would think it'd be the same for anybody outside of the woods. If you weren't in the woods at that time, you wouldn't have heard anybody screaming. And there's spots where you're in the belly of the beast. I mean, they're not going to hear you if you say anything. So I mean, I don't know. It is a good spot. Okay, I shouldn't say it's a good spot, but
It's a lot of hiding places.
yeah.
well, like I said though, man, it is a location where bad things can happen, and nobody
It's full. Like I said, it's full of.
nobody knows, or somebody knows. It's just the killer has threatened him. Like the police believe that somebody knows this killer, but they're afraid to come out.
Here's the thing, though. You're hearing this from the police, and Lynn has a good point here. That's a pretty tight-knit crew in Delphi. I mean, we went to Delphi, and they knew while we were there because they knew we weren't from around
Yeah,
there.
the Dairy Queen old lady.
They knew we weren't from around there. They knew what we were doing there. We didn't have to say anything. I'm with Lynn. I mean, if someone knows, they're either they just don't care about these people that got killed. And everybody wanted them dead, which would obviously be immoral and wrong.
It is wrong.
Or this person's not from Delphi and not in Delphi. I don't see what evidence does the police have to prove this, that they're still in Delphi.
Well, guess what? They're not going to share it.
They might return to Delphi. I mean, that's a thing. Murderers coming back to the scene of the crime. But I wouldn't think you'd murder someone in your hometown out of cold blood.
I mean, would you?
We don't know the motive.
I mean,
but-
would you guys drive far?
I mean,
to
there's
just
really
murder
only
somebody?
3 to 4 motives that are most common.
Did you just ask us on
No.
live webcam?
We kill
Would
somebody.
you drive somewhere to
I'm
murder
just asking-
somebody?
No.
Well, I'm not a murderer.
No,
so I don't
I'm
have that same
saying-
mindset.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
Bringing back the topic where they thought that guy in Ohio was the.
No, I think that's
I mean,
false.
do you
That's
think he
false.
would
Well,
drive
I tell
far
you.
away?
Well, hang on. I tell you what. I'm gonna go to. I'm going back to Kurt because his mom used to ask him all the time. Do you think it was a truck driver passing through? Is there even any truck stops or anything close to Delphi? Because I know when we drive to Delphi, I kid you not, dude. There's not a lot of gas stations driving to
No.
Delphi at
No,
all.
But listen, let's go. We're doing allegations, right?
Right.
Now we're talking about this. Now, first thing first, 4 motives, 3 or 4 motives. You got money, you got sex, you got power, so personal gain. Or you
Well,
just
he
got-
did it for power.
Or you just got people know psychos. They're just crazy.
2 young
So-
girls all by themselves.
Well, what
Nobody
was
around.
he paid? We don't know. Maybe someone paid him to kill him. We don't.
The mayor.
Nobody knows.
Well, no, I don't know about that. They could have paid.
Ron.
They could have been after sex. They could have been. It's possible,
Yep.
especially if it was a group of people speaking out. It could have been.
I mean,
And then we got your power and people trying to gain an advantage. I mean, I don't know where you get that other than if they saw you doing something that you didn't want them to know. That could be the power motive. Or you got psychos.
The grandfather said they had to be killed. What?
Good to know. Yeah, I wouldn't say. Okay, so now we're talking about that, and you're bringing up this fact of people wanting to drive to kill someone. Well, we've got a thing
I don't
near
think so.
there that people drive out of town already. The packing plant, the meat packing plant.
Yeah.
People don't live in Delphi and work there. You got people outside Delphi coming in. So maybe he lives in the surrounding area. But I mean, we don't know anybody in Delphi. They don't know us. And there could be people from Warsaw that work in that plant. The killer could be anywhere. We don't. He could be within the vicinity, and he could return to the scene of the crime. But I don't think he's from Delphi. If he is from Delphi, he's got a lot of power in Delphi. He or her. We don't know.
That makes sense.
We only know that the bridge guy was on the video. That's it.
Something was going on during the murders. Maybe the girls saw something. Maybe they saw something that they weren't supposed to see. High power, money.
They don't want anybody to know.
They're like, oh crap.
Reputation is really
Hey,
important.
what are we gonna do here? But then again, what is the chances they would have to time or send somebody to spy? Oh, hey, dude, these girls are walking around by themselves out in the woods.
Well, do we know this? Because we don't know what kind of. We've never seen the records of these girls' phones.
That's
We don't
true.
know if they were in contact with someone. Maybe they were meeting with someone to get drugs. We don't know. It's hard saying. I'd hate to say that, but we don't know. That's never come out to the public. There could be someone. Paul Eder, I think we've heard about this guy.
He'd rather kill himself than talk.
I think I've heard about this. Paul
Wow.
Eder guy.
Hey,
Whoa.
give me his location. I'll kick down his door live. I
No.
swear to God, I will.
FBI kick.
You
FBI
can't say
kick.
that. You can't say that. You can't say that on live.
So-
on live.
That was a joke. Does he live in Delphi?
I think he does. I've heard about this guy. So we will do research on Paul Eder.
I'll be there in 45 minutes.
Oh,
On the next episode. On the next episode of this podcast, we will definitely bring up the Paul Eder. We'll go
Yeah,
a little
Paul
deeper
Eder.
into some different things.
Oh, he shot himself.
Okay. Well, it looks like we're not going to be going to talk to him.
Wait a minute. Is that the guy who wasn't it like a police chase or something? He's bald. He was bald, at least in one of his pictures. And I think I heard about him.
I've heard this name before.
Is he the one that the police were after? And because didn't he I think it was a woman, or didn't he just get done raping or doing something to a woman? I can't remember. If that's the same guy, maybe it's not. What?
You should try to take pictures of your legs.
Picture? Oh, photo shoot? Me? You want a photo of me? You want an autograph too?
Yeah.
So I'll be back, guys.
All right. So I guess continuing on our topic, Anthony, what's your opinion on what you brought up? People wanting to leave the area.
Well-
What do you think? I brought up the packing plant.
Wait. I got to pause for a second. You're not recording, right? This is your school computer. We can't have that with this. Picture? No recording? I'm not going to get a phone call tomorrow
Anyways.
morning?
That's sure hope he wasn't. What do you think about this meat plant? Do you think that maybe? Do you think that this person is still in the vicinity or in Delphi,
I think.
or do you think they're outside of the area?
I think they're outside.
Outside of how far are you thinking? Are you thinking like they work in Delphi or near Delphi, or are you thinking like
I think
they
they're,
live possibly out of state?
Why, like possibly out of state, but at the same time, it's like I said, it's like
I mean,
it's
Wait a
crazy.
minute. Is it for that
If
one
you
girl in
killed
school?
somebody, if you killed somebody and you leave
I told you I'm
town,
not doing any more autographs
It
for
look-
your kids at school.
it looks suspicious.
It is.
It does. If you kill someone and leave, or even if you don't kill someone, if someone gets killed and then you leave the area, it looks suspicious. I could see them staying in the area. Why would you kill someone in your hometown? People are going to recognize you. That picture.
I mean, she does have a point. Everybody, it's a small town, so
It
everybody
really
knows
is.
each other.
It really is. So what? You haven't talked much, Anthony. What do you have for us? Any information here? Because you're not carrying your own weight.
I don't carry my own way.
And he went quiet.
That's all we have
Okay.
on that part.
I'm gonna be like,
So-
I'll go,
You guys are talking. So it got me wondering, if anybody lives by Delphi, is there any, because usually in a town, is there any house or any Pacific person who really just kept to themselves, if you know what I'm saying? Maybe his house is a little out there. You know, it's still in
Maybe
the Delphi
he was a
area.
little out there.
Yeah, maybe is there anybody?
I don't think this is going to be the good way of going about it. You know what I mean? You want POIs, but we can't be just picking up everybody that lives in Delphi. I mean, she's got a point. Someone knows something, but clearly, if they're that well knit of a crew out there in Delphi, 20,000 people. That's smaller than Warsaw.
She said she really think it would be someone good at computers. That's why they are not interested in thugs.
So, well, let me tell you something. If this guy or whoever it was murdered these girls, let's think. They said on one of the people who used to be part of the investigation said he left all sorts of clues, but it was possibly staged. Does this guy has he killed before? I mean, is the evidence that they said he's left all kinds of evidence? They said possibly staged, but they still don't have answers for any of those.
You gotta.
So was this?
We talk about this evidence thing, and the evidence comes up a lot in other videos too. But it's got to be incriminating evidence. You could have a murder weapon, but if there's no prints on it or anything like that, it's not going to get you anywhere.
No.
We need evidence that's
They-
going to lead to the imprisonment of somebody. So,
Staged to throw LE off.
like a movie.
So I got a question,
Yeah.
and it's probably happened before, but does anybody know? I don't know what the age limit is. The police around there, the sheriffs, have they ever had to deal with a murder, or is this one of those things that, holy cow, 2 young girls just got murdered? They don't.
You got to think FBI is involved. They deal with murders all the time.
Yeah, FBI, but
FBI is in charge of this. Thing.
now.
Actually, state police and FBI are joined.
But see, I'm talking about like when it first happened.
What's your point though? Because it's not going to change. If they gathered the evidence, they gathered evidence, right? The evidence is
They said. I don't know.
It's available to FBI. If FBI hasn't been able to figure it out from there, and you got to think FBI is using the same resources. They have access to all the resources. FBI or state, really, and I think the state are going to know the area a little bit better than FBI, reasonably, and county even more.
So worst crime. And I said in my last podcast that I believe when they found out that they at least had video and photo, I think the police and stuff thought if it was somebody in town, I figured they thought they were going to find this guy a lot quicker, because like the state police said, we've never had a time where we captured the guy. But they believe the guy, have video of the guy. He also said how he walks, which we already talked about that.
I don't know about that.
But they still can't figure it out. I think when they first found that stuff, I think some of them were thinking we might solve this a lot quicker than what we thought, because they believe those 3 pieces, they think that's enough for everybody. Those 3 key pieces, that's going to help.
I don't know. Go ahead, shoot.
Well, the way he was walking, could that just be because he was on the way?
Well, they said that he's walking like that because he knows the area. He's walking perfectly timed steps. We walked it. We were looking down just like the dude was, and we were perfectly timed steps. It's just you have to be looking. Whether you're I'm not from around there, but I was comfortable on that bridge up until the one point where the one was falling in. Other than that, yeah, one of them was missing. But other than that, I was comfortable.
Look at the last comment.
Sarge admitted that in stage to throw Ellie off. Okay, and we keep hearing this. We're one piece of evidence away.
One piece.
We can get evidence, but it's a specific piece of evidence. We need
PG is here.
We have,
oh boy.
Yeah,
all this stuff.
They got how he walks. I'm Sarge. They got how he walks. They got photos. They got video of this guy.
But people change. How many years has it been now?
It's
4?
been what?
5?
Well, I tell you what.
People change. Anthony, have you lost weight in the past year?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's changed. Take Hayden. Hayden lost a freaking crap ton of weight right there. Looked like a different kid,
Yeah.
right?
And now he's
Oh
looking.
yeah, this
People
guy
can
could,
change.
This guy is
This
This
guy
video
definitely
is 4 or
changed.
5 years old. 425, not 45, obviously. And we're talking about this is going to be evidence now. I don't think so. I don't think it is. I think what we need now is we just need someone. We need clear-cut evidence, and
Boom.
I don't know if we're going to get it because think about it. We can't get DNA. It's too late.
The guy changed.
We've got well, we could
well,
have.
how long it's been.
And are we going to get fingerprints? No, probably not.
Oh no, definitely not.
The only thing we have left is articles left behind, whether it's clothing or, and even then, we're not going to go get DNA, anything like that off. A firearm, maybe, because it might be registered in someone's name, but I carry a firearm. It's not registered in my name. It's registered in my father's name.
And
Guess what?
And a retired FBI agent woman said every time they thought they would have something that would lead them to the killer, it would just lead to a dead end.
Yeah.
And that's why they also believed it was possibly staged.
You can tell us this without having to stop and read.
I tried.
Or you can talk. Pull your
So-
weight, Anthony.
What do you need?
I'm doing it right now.
Hi, I'm Anthony. I don't talk much.
Nathan don't want to talk. I do.
All right.
Yeah, get out of here, Anthony.
Yeah, get
out of here.
So, as you guys can see, man, we also like having a good time. But when we do these
This is
videos,
serious.
yeah, it's super dead serious.
This isn't a joke. I mean, we can have fun, but this is the kind of stuff that it's messed up.
What?
We gotta eventually find something. We're gonna eventually find something, but I don't think we're gonna find clear-cut evidence ever. I think what it's gonna come down to is someone is gonna have to admit they did it, and we're just gonna have to take it,
Guilty
whether it's them or
conscience.
not.
Maybe he's just
Maybe-
like,
but
you know what? Maybe he's that type of person where it's, let's say it's been years down the road and he just goes, I did it.
yeah,
I did it. Was it actually him? Nobody knows. But
I think
Maybe-
that might be where we go with it.
I mean,
To be honest with you,
we're all going to be
I don't know
old.
what evidence we're gonna get.
Maybe. Okay. I just want to make sure. So I know a thing. They were talking about doing like to the abandoned rail bridge. They were, I don't know, they were raising money. Oh, did they fix that? Or are they going to fix that? What's the whole deal with that?
Well, let's go and say when we were there was construction started on the other side of the bridge.
That they had like a
Yeah.
portion of
Oh,
the
yeah,
block.
yeah.
Bad concrete.
No, the whole bridge was blocked.
Yeah, you can't.
You
They
were-
don't let you go.
You were not supposed to go over there.
Everybody does.
We did.
Everybody does.
We did because we didn't see the fence on
There
the
you
first
go.
go through. We definitely saw it on the way out.
Yes, we did.
It's definitely on video us seeing it on the way out.
Yep.
I believe that's the only place on video it's in. And so we're gonna stick with that.
That's our story.
We're just gonna stick to it.
So
I think we have possible motive that you might have just brought up. We've got money now that was donated to this bridge repair.
yes,
Are we looking at who's in charge of that? Is
I-
someone trying to pay off their guilty conscience?
I don't know. That's a possibility.
Who's paying? I always want to know where did this money come from? It could also just be from people donating it. I mean, there's good people out in this world. It could be someone trying to pay off their guilty conscience.
So they say now they don't have the money. So, but at one point in time, they did say, if I remember correctly, they said they were gonna make a park. But I could have sworn they said they were going to fix up that bridge and possibly eventually.
There's definitely fenced off.
Oh yeah, and there was definitely construction. They had.
And
It was probably one of the worst concrete jobs I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
But there was definitely concrete there. They had tarps. They had.
Got one tarp.
Yeah, they had the.
But they also think that the girls had some info on somebody.
See, now reality happens. We talked about this at the beginning of the podcast. We had the motive of the girls knowing about illegal activities, illicit activities. This was one of our allegations.
Yep.
And not so much of an allegation because we're not like saying someone said we did it, but it was a theory. We'll go with the word theory. That's probably good.
Yeah, that's a good word.
So we have a theory that it was possibly involved with someone else, and it was at the beginning of our podcast. So if you ever want to, you can go back and watch that. So we don't have to repeat it.
So you see, at one point in time, they said they were going to fix it, and they don't have enough money.
And Lynn
I know
said-
the little mini, I call it the mudslides, part of the trail, dude. Every time we go,
It gets
or
worse.
every time I've gone, man, it just keeps going down. And
Arms crossed on one of the
Now,
covered.
when reality happens, he was in our last podcast,
Yes, he
right?
was.
I'm sorry if I forgot you. I do remember that. So
the posing.
can I ask this? Do you believe that's true? Because do you think the police gave the family more information? Or do you think
Well,
do
now
you think
we come
they
back-
didn't trust that much?
We come back to this point. Our number of 20,000 people is wrong. They corrected us. It's 2,000. 2,000 people. If the family knows, we're all going to find out. It's going to get on the internet.
That's what I was
I
saying.
think law enforcement has not told all the truth to the family. I think the family has not any more than what we have. If anything,
And I've seen some YouTube
they
videos that go with that. Libby's mom, for instance, she is very unhappy and frustrated with how the police have handled this.
Well, think about it. No one is.
Did
We
they
don't
say-
know who did it, and we can't mark anybody off without proper evidence.
But didn't they say the sister was going to
We-
study forensics for these things?
Yes, that's what.
That's been brought up.
So speaking of that, by the way, guys, I want to go back to my last podcast. Somebody said that the father of Libby was supposed to pick them up.
Derek.
I actually read an article. It was actually was it the grandfather? Yeah, it was the grandfather who was actually supposed to pick up the girls instead of Libby's dad, Derek.
Yeah,
Right.
Derek.
That I don't know if it's true, but I know Libby's sister dropped him off. Grandfather was supposed to pick him up. He went to the spot where he was supposed to pick them up. They did not come. I read that the family was searching. It didn't specifically say the police were called. I know eventually the police were called, but the article was saying almost everybody in the town was searching.
So they're talking about the law enforcement has heard more of this audio than us.
Which we talked about this before.
Okay, so I haven't seen that. Now, how much more? And was it just rustling of the leaves? Was this guy talking to the girls the whole time?
Well, check this out. They said the video and stuff that they believe captured Snapchat? Was it Snapchat? If you record a video on Snapchat, you only have so long to think about it.
They
So maybe she only got enough of him, but if they said that she
Well-
probably put it in her pocket to get his voice.
We don't-
Snapchat only does so much.
Yes, but we don't know.
You have to hold the recording button.
But listen, right?
Jimmy Johnson.
When I swipe up on the bottom of my phone, did you allow it?
Sort.
You clicked allow. Okay. Anyways, when I swipe up on my phone, I can quickly come to camera.
Can I put somebody in a timeout?
I don't know. What is the focus?
Sorry.
You're crazy.
Oh,
Okay.
hey, Jimmy Johnson. How about you do me a favor? How about you give us what you think happened, Mr. Jimmy Johnson?
Jimmy John, freak yeah.
Come on.
Language.
Yeah.
Language, yeah,
Those kids-
profanity, man.
Yeah, I mean, dude, we're just we're just like everybody else. We're just different things that could have possibly happened. So give us what you think, Mr. Jimmy Johnson.
What's his profile picture? Kind of stupid.
It
a
looks like a
doll.
baby.
It's a doll.
A doll?
It looks like a doll.
A doll.
Look close at it. Look.
See now he's talking to us. There you go,
Hey.
Jimmy Johnson. There you go. That's what I'm talking about,
There
Jimmy.
you go.
There you go. Okay. So can I ask you this? How do you think they were involved?
What's FSG?
Dude, I can put somebody in timeout. Jimmy Johnson, I'm gonna give you one chance. One chance to tell me why I shouldn't put you in timeout, son. Because everybody else doesn't want your shit in here.
Hey,
Hey, you in timeout.
yeah. Put Mike on timeout.
Watch your language, Michael.
Yeah, you tell him, Greg.
Wait, so are we attacking me now? So Jimmy Johnson's getting off the boat. What's going on here?
No, this is what I was worried about. This is why we need a script. Where are we at now?
Okay.
We're here for a reason.
So we were talking, they said almost everybody in the town was looking.
No, they brought up the fact that the LE has heard more of the audio.
Yeah,
But I want to bring up the simple fact that you said the audio made from Snapchat.
It only lasts so long.
But you got to think, how much was this guy talking to them? What
True.
have we not heard? What was he saying?
And if you put it in her
What
pocket,
was he saying? Keep going, keep going, keep going. I think that if they
Your
would have
video's
said that, we
breaking
would
out
have
every
heard
3
this.
seconds. They said. He said.
If anything important was said in there, we would have heard it to help identify this person. I think the only audible audio out of that section that we got
The
was what we
bird's
got.
nest.
I think it's down the hill is all we get.
guys don't
So-
move.
Okay.
Okay. Jimmy Johnson is working.
Is that Big Bibbler?
It is.
Hey, get out of here. Get outta
Hey, yeah, man. Oh, dude. My man. By the way, sorry for any of the video pausing. Where I live, my internet company sucks. I've already called them. I've already, had
Yeah.
my little fights with them.
Lick it on the gooch.
Trenton's going to timeout now,
Yeah,
man.
go to
Timeout.
timeout. Tristan.
That's
So,
that's politically correct.
apologize if the video is
Oh,
beep,
now
beep,
we're
beep, beep,
advertising?
skipping.
I said it's politically correct.
Um,
not
Oh,
English.
okay.
You're good. All right.
You're good.
So, Blake, I'm going to. Oh, hang on, Blake. I was going to probably. Yes, they. Okay. So, Blake, what do you think happened?
How about
They
we
wanted
ask Blake
Ron's
if he
property
knows
too.
what we're talking about before we start
Jimmy
asking
Johnson.
him questions?
Don't be watching. Jimmy Johnson. You trolling? You trying to troll us?
So you blame the city. Now we get to a point. 2,000 people, 2 people that they don't like.
Can I say something real
If
quick?
everybody agrees that they don't like those people, whatever they're doing. Yeah.
Hey, Jimmy Johnson.
I think he left.
By the way, you left.
I think he
You were
did.
one of those 12 people at one point in time. So, I want to just put him in timeout, even if he is on here.
I already did.
Oh, you already did? I
You can
double
put
timed
user
out.
info.
Double timed out.
So you blame the
You
city.
can do it too, Anthony?
Yeah, it says look.
Oh, I must have given you privileges.
Oh wait. Oh, dude, he's out of here. Throw him out. Sorry.
Yeah, timed out. Time out.
You know what?
I didn't even press time.
You know what?
Do it,
I
do it.
apologize in the first place about Mr. Jimmy Johnson here. We're just gonna remove him. He don't need to be in
Hey,
here.
there I am.
He doesn't need to be in here. He don't care about this crap at all.
He's trolling.
Matter of fact, Jimmy Johnson, you're one of my suspects now, buddy. I know you ain't watching.
No.
So, all right. Sorry, guys.
Get outta
Let's just
here.
get back on topic. So she blames the city.
And like I said, we have 2,000 people. Now, we have, how big was our crew? How big's our crew?
Because then you have like
No,
Jacob.
let's do an example here. How big's our crew? You'd say about 10, 15 people tops. And we had one we didn't like. What we do with him?
Tossed him.
He's out, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna say something, but I think I should just.
Yeah, he's out, right? So 2,000 people, 2 girls that maybe they know something they don't want them to know.
That's right, man.
Maybe they're
wrong
doing
place at
something
the
they
wrong
shouldn't
time.
be doing.
Exactly.
Maybe the person who did it is more important in the town's eyes than these girls were.
It's true.
What was we don't know. And it always comes back. We can play this what if game
What if?
forever.
Oh man,
Forever.
You did that.
I
you
learned
did
that. I learned that from my mom.
You did that.
Don't
what
play
if.
the what if game.
You played that what if.
But
You did
what
that
if?
on that last.
What if
video.
gets us views? So
What if that happened?
like
what
what
if
they
it didn't happen?
Yeah.
That's the thing, though. Like Tristan said, I think eventually we're gonna find out. But it's going to be.
I think it's going to be a big game changer. Whatever we find out is going to get the rest. I mean, we already got how many people are involved on the internet researching this? We have
like probably
thousands,
probably
thousands of people
from other countries.
investigating this crime. I think if we haven't found something by now, I think we're not going to get any. We're not going to find any more concrete evidence.
I mean, you said you basically were right about the evidence. Like, are you going to get the DNA? No.
They're messing with Jimmy. Come on, Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy. Where'd you go?
Start messaging him.
Jimmy.
What do you think about your timeout?
Jimmy?
Sadly, he got